Good evening and a warm welcome to today's session. I am Sushmita Devishetty from upGrad Study Abroad program, and I hope everyone is safe and healthy. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions during the webinar, apart from the one you have asked in the registration form, please type them in the chat box. I'll bring them up at the end. So now, without further delay, we'll turn to our topic, how to study abroad and build a career during COVID. So to enlighten us about this topic and the current study abroad situation and the future prospects, we have our expert panelists, Ms. Shrutika Joshi from IU and Mr. Ankur Davan. Shrutika worked as a senior manager at Indo-German Chamber of Commerce for 10 years and is currently working as a country manager of Indian subcontinent of International University, Germany. Ankur did his master's from IIM Bangalore and has a varied industry experience of more than a decade. He's currently serving as the president of upGrad Abroad program. Over to you, Ankur.
I just, Nastia has joined. Nastia, welcome to the webinar. Nastia is from IU. I think she's right now in UK, not in Germany, as I understand. And she has taken out time to meet to answer all your questions. So we will leverage Nastia wherever we get stuck for knowing more about Germany and the campus. But I think Shrutika is expert on that. I think before we start, I'll just say thanks to all the participants who have joined in time. And today's conversation is a part of the series of conversations we'll continue to have with IU and the representatives of IU. And I think there are a lot of questions which we have received around the campus, around the university, around the Germany, around how we get a job in Germany, the opportunities in Germany. And we are ensuring that all these questions are answered, maybe not today, but in the series of the webinars, we'll continue to bring more and more experts, alumni who are already working in Germany, both IIIT Bangalore as well as IU alumni. So we'll try to cover as much as possible in today's webinar. But if you miss something, don't lose hope. That will be covered in a coming series of webinars. With that, I will just leave it to Shrutika to start talking about this, the IU and the campus and the opportunity we have. And then I'll pick up the questions as we move on.
Great. Thank you so much, Ankur, for the introduction. And yes, I'm very glad that Nastia is also here. My colleague from UK, and she heads the academic team, and she and I work very closely. And of course, very closely with upGrad. So we are so basically we are IU, International University of Applied Sciences from Germany. We are a private state accredited university. So we are a private state accredited university in Germany. And yes, we have recently partnered with upGrad, and we are very proud to announce this association with upGrad. And soon, next week onwards, you will see some nice courses rolling out with them, which we have worked out together. Courses like data science, cybersecurity, master in management, as well as some MBA programs. And certainly you can also join us for some direct courses, for which also, you can always get in touch with Ankur and team. Okay.
Do you want to talk?
I'm sorry, just yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So there was the slide was giving some trouble.
Okay.
So before we talk about IU, let us talk about Germany as a destination. You must have heard about Germany. Yes, it's a great destination. It is in the heart of Europe. But what about, how about education in Germany? So I'm very excited to tell you this, that over a decade, what happened was international students going to Germany really increased, doubled, and I would say tripled, so to say, from India. So if you see the data from 2007, 2006, you will see that there were some 7,000 students who went to Germany from India, which really tripled by now. So in the year 2020, and certainly now due to COVID situation, things were a little different, but students did join us online, virtually. But you will see that students really increased, the number increased to 20,000. So you can see the leap that took place. Now, why did this leap take place, for Germany as a study destination? With all the rankings that, we have, in the last couple of years, what happened was Germany became, favorite destination, one of the interesting destination in Europe, and it even surpassed other countries like Switzerland. UK certainly is no more part of Europe anymore, but still, and all the other countries that were there in the league. Why is it so? So Germany is a very promising country because certainly the living standards are really great in Germany if you compare it with other countries. So if you compare it with London, or if you compare it with other countries, other huge cities like Toronto, the standard of living is very good. At the same time, the expenditure that you have to, the cost of living is comparatively really, really lesser to these countries, and that makes Germany one of the most reasonable countries even in Europe to live in. Also, when it comes to the cost of education is really competitive compared to these other countries, and that's why Germany is one of the most interesting and what you say the most in demand destination. um, Again, very important thing that about Germany is this, that when you study there, you get to work for 120 full days or 240 half days. Certainly this is not a provision for pathway students. So whenever you do a pathway program, which that could be say for 6 months or so, you cannot work during that particular time. But whenever you're doing your bachelor program or master programs or an MBA program, you are eligible to work for 120 full days or 240 days part time. Again, very important option here that you get is the stay back option. Now, after completion of your graduation in Germany, you get to stay back for 18 full months. You get a job seeker visa. Now, you have to bear this in mind that this you get only when you do in a proper accredited university, which IU is. So you will find some private universities in Germany, but if they're not, completely accredited, this option is missing. So whenever, even if you're, enrolling yourself, make sure that you do this check that your university is fully accredited and you get to stay back for these 18 months there. Yeah. Another important factor is after you getting this 18 months this job seeker visa, and as you start working, you can make an application for a residence permit after working for 2 full years. Yeah. Well, Germany right now is in a dire need of skilled population, being part of the German economy, owing to the fact that the country has aging and shrinking population. It relies very heavily on students who come to Germany, study there, understand the cultural nitty-gritties, and then become part of the German economy. Yeah, so that is why there is so if you're making an application, for example, say to Australia or say New Zealand, they have a certain caveats or certain quotas for a specific job. Say for example, chartered accountant, they in a year only accept so many chartered accountants, which is at this moment not the case with Germany. If you're studying there and if there's a job opportunity, you can just go and grab it. Yeah, so this quota system is right now not very what you say very active in Germany, and hence I really feel that Indian students should make the most of this opportunity. The next part is the citizenship. So after working there for 6 full years, you can make an application for citizenship. Certainly, there are some criteria that are involved, like German language, and say then there is a there's a criteria when it comes to earning. So all these things you should meet, but this you can certainly go on the individual websites of the embassy and you can have a look and you can check their requirements from time to time. So, yes. So, over the period of time, why did Germany become the third most popular study destination in the world? What was the reason? As I mentioned to you, the top quality education certainly is one of the most important factors. When you see a product, when you take a product and you see that it is, say, made in Germany, what are your thought process? Okay, when I see a product that is made in Germany, you know that this is going to last longer. You know that this product is durable. You know that this product has a very good quality. Same is the situation and same is the story also of the German education. It is a top class education that you get and at very affordable price in Germany, and you will later see what all we have in our Pandora as as a part of 2021 that IU has to offer, when I say that it is really, really reasonable. Second most important factor that you can see here is Germany is very multicultural. Had you asked me 25 years back that, okay, Shrutika, I have to go to Germany, I don't speak any German, what I would have said that, okay, now this is difficult for you to survive. 25 years down the line, 20 years down the line, I can tell you that a large number of German population speaks English. Owing to globalization, what has happened is the young population has started studying English at a very young age, which was not happening in Germany before. And hence, you would not feel any discomfort when you move around in these metro cities, in huge cities in Germany. The language problem is something that you would not face so much. Also, the backbone of German economy, or for that matter, the typical Germany success is the Mittelstand. What is the Mittelstand? Mittelstand meaning the medium-sized family-owned German businesses. Now, these businesses have also realized, okay, we need to have an international department. Okay, so even when you graduate, you may not work with one of the fanciest companies, but you would work with a family-owned 50-year-old company, which is really, which has like strong business ethics. So now these companies also have international departments wherein they need people who speak English. So, even from other point of view, when you start working, this is something that also that I wanted to mention. Low unemployment rate. So certainly that is something that you look for whenever you go to study, that what is going to happen. So certainly quality of education is one of the important thing that you look for. But the next thing that you look at is, okay, will I be absorbed in that market? Will I get that experience? Will I get to experience how it is, how the European economy functions? So this is again a good news that the unemployment rate is 5%. Germany has aging and shrinking population. So guys, make the most of this opportunity, because this is the right time for you to go to Germany. Yeah. And again, very important factor, especially for my Indian students, is this, that the Indo-German relationships. Okay, so there is no other European country who is as active as Germany in India. Okay, so there are more than 2,000 German companies which are active in India, which have their own manufacturing units in India. No other European country is so active. And what happens is, there are, as per our statistics, 70% of the students who come to study in Germany stay back there for longer period of time, like 9 years, 10 years. A lot of students even take up citizenship. But then there are some students, who like to come, experience Germany for a couple of years, and then come back to their mother country. Yeah. So what happens then? So when you come back to India, for whatever reasons that you may have, like your family business or your family commitments, how would you then get absorbed? So these 2,000 companies are there to absorb you. Again, the same thing happens. They know that you've gone to Germany, you've taken the education, how Germany functions. So certainly that gives you an additional edge. And obviously, after being there for so many years, you also speak good German. So that is something that, again, that adds up. So where are all these German companies located? They're located in Pune. Pune is like a huge hub of German companies. They're located in Delhi, Noida, Gurgaon. We have a lot of companies in Chennai, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. So majorly all metro cities are covered by these German companies. Wherever they can actually set up a manufacturing unit, you will see a German company there. Yeah, so you need not worry about just being there and staying back there. What will happen to you after coming back? Even that thing is taken care of. And there, I don't say that that it is a mandatory thing that you have to work with a German company. You can work with any other European, whichever company you wish to, but you have that edge. This is what I wish to convey. Well, so now coming to IU, so we are a university. We are a private state accredited university who were founded in the year 1998. Yeah, we are one of the fastest and the largest growing university in Germany, and we have 70,000 plus students. We have 200 plus bachelor and programs in various streams as well as fields. So we don't just provide program only in English language, but in German language also. So you will see that we have more than 21 campus locations in Germany. But we have 2 international campuses which are completely devoted to English language programs. So here we teach programs completely in English language. And here we also do not have any requirement, a prior requirement of German language for you to join our programs. Yeah. So again, that is a very interesting thing. I'll tell you why it is interesting. Because not all public universities, or for that matter, private universities, take students without prior German language. So you have to pass a certain test, which usually, you need to cover some 2 to 3 levels of German language, and then only you get an admission, or you can make an application to this German university. But at IU, you need not have any prior knowledge of English language. You can make an application. Your complete course is in English language, and as a benefit that, we know that later you're going to work in Germany, so we teach you German language free of cost. Certainly this is, we start from scratch. It is basic German, and later certainly you can join Goethe and you can pick up from there. But these are the provisions that you get at IU. Again, very important thing is that we are 100% international. So all our staff, our faculty, students, everybody that you're going to meet on our campuses are, people from various places across the globe. So we get students and we get professors from 110 different countries. So, we are like a good, it's like a very diverse hub as such you can call. And certainly digital innovation and top quality education. We touched on the top quality education, digital innovation. Certainly, as we come to our programs, especially our online programs, this will be something interesting to know about. Okay, so yes, we provide state-of-art education at IU. So as the pandemic was stricken last year in March, a lot of universities had to cancel their programs. IU didn't. We did not cancel our programs. Why? Because we had a huge support from our online team. We conducted classes virtually. And this we could do because we already had an existing robust platform. Yeah, so this was not something that we came up with as the pandemic hit us. So that is why students who could not make on campus in the month of March, in the month of April, they started their studies online, and later, as situation became better, they could come on campus. And we kept that in mind, and obviously we had a good number of courses in German for our online platform. But that from then onwards, we also started. I mean, we had already started these programs in English language, but that kind of triggered, and we changed everything post that. When it comes to accreditations, also, you will see that we have some really good accreditations in our Kitty QS star rankings. We are even a member of AACSB. We have FIBA accreditations, seals. We have CHE rankings. These are given, especially by students as such. Yeah. And obviously, a very, very important part of IU is the career opportunities that we provide, and that we are going to touch base in the next couple of slides that we are going to get. So these are the current programs that we offer. A lot of them are online, and that is also, owing to the current situation that we have. As you're aware right now, owing to the double mutant threat that has come in, Indian students are not allowed to go. Germany is not accepting them at this moment of time. I'm sure the threat would, slowly, and I would say, this, we come over this, and soon you would be able to travel places. Yeah. So keeping this situation in mind, we have come up with completely online programs. Certainly, we have flexible as well as campus programs also available. We are currently working with upGrad on programs like MSc in data science, MSc in cybersecurity, which are 120 ECTS programs. Also MIM, which is Master in International Management, as well as MBA program that we have, which is of 90 ECTS, wherein you can do specializations. With regards to this MSc Data Science and Cybersecurity, you can do your first year with triple IT,
Very bad.
ITB, and then for the next year, what you can do is you can come to us, and you will get a certificate of 120 ECTS master program. Yeah. So this is a progression arrangement that we have. So this is something really nice. You finish, 1 year here. You don't have to spend for accommodation, because see, the living costs are around 850 euros. So you save that for an entire year, and then you come to us and you get an entire degree of 120 ECTS. That is super, isn't it? And also we have we are also associations for even for the online programs. I would even like to speak about the online programs. It is interesting, why? Because it is one third the cost. At the same time, you get a degree certificate which is exactly same as the campus program. So we completely understand and we empathize with the current situation, and that is why we've come up with this golden opportunity wherein students can sit in their in their living rooms, and they can study, and they do not have to go there. At the same time, they get world class education, and they get a proper legitimate degree wherein there is no mention that it is an online degree. Yeah. So this is something really amazing. Um, well, moving on to the next slides. What we are going to do is more details about the courses that we are doing together, as well as about the pricing. We are going to touch base later. Ankur can share these details with you, but you can be rest assured the pricings that you're seeing right now on our webpage, considering the facts that what is happening at this moment, we have reduced it even more, and we are giving more scholarships to students. And next week you will get more details about the same, that you will be very happy again to look at our webpage and see that okay, the prices have reduced even more. Yeah. Great. So I mentioned to you before that, IU doesn't only stand for great education, quality education. It also stands, and it also, promises you good career service. So one of the reasons that we are so successful is because of our career service that we provide. So we have an internal job portal which is called as Job Teaser. So as you graduate and you're in the last year, you can start enrolling even when you wish to do an internship. So internship is basically not part of the curriculum, but certainly if you wish to do an internship, we would be more than happy to help you out. Our career service team is always very proactive in helping you out with this. Yeah. And through this job portal, you have a lifetime access. So even after graduating, you worked in a place for 3-4 years, you want to come back, you want to check on the job portal, internal job portal. Okay, is there anything that is interesting for me? Please be our guest. You can always access this internal job portal. Yeah. Secondly, IU has a huge and a very strong network of 6,000 corporate business partners. Now, these business partners really play an very, very important role in hiring our students. So internships, part-time opportunities, full-time opportunities, all these opportunities are put up on our job portal by these corporate partners. And uh, it's a very transparent system, and you can make the most of this opportunity. Also, these partners are a part, they come for our career fair. So in 2019, the career fair that the proper physical career fair that we did, we had around 67 companies who were there on campus. This time we couldn't do anything in 2020. It was really dire, for all of us. But we are doing it now, this month, and it is very interesting. It's completely going to be online, and companies are going to recruit online. So it took a year for everybody to see the changing pattern of the world, and now everybody has come to terms, and even the hiring is happening like this. So our career fair is also happening online, and companies are going to come, and they're also going to interview students like that. So great. Yeah, so after the career fairs, a very important factor about IU is this, that 94% of our students get placed within the first 6 months. Now, this is a very very, very important important factor, to mention you, that not only education, placing you is also very important. And that is why our career, our record is so good that 94% of students get placed. Now, there are various factors, why does this happen? Because of our career service teams, which is so active, that is one thing. Secondly, we do not take more than 30 students in a classroom. Yeah, so IU likes to maintain a quality. I'm sure a lot of you have come from, backgrounds like, IB schools, Cambridge schools, wherein you are very accustomed to small classrooms. And IU believes in offering the same quality to you. And that is why we do not take more than 30 students in a classroom. We do a lot of field visits. We do a lot of business talks. Yeah, again, your professor, and because of the small classroom size, your professor not only knows your face, he or she also knows your name. So any queries also you have, you can easily address to your professor. It is not like in an auditorium wherein you're sitting with 90 students or 100 students, in those huge universities. Here it is going to be a close knit group, wherein it is very comfortable, yeah, and very approachable. Great. Also, students get promoted as they start working. They get promoted in the first 3 years. A lot of our students, as they start working, they start on a good managerial position, executive position. Basically, we prepare our students for managerial positions. So you can see that these are the similar positions that they get even picked up for. And the average salary rise is around 10%, which is very standard in Germany. You might ask me, okay, what is the beginning salary? I would say, you would start somewhere from 45,000. It would be anywhere between 45 to 50, 53,000 euros, depending again from your own skill set, the company that you're making an application to, because again, it could be a big company, it could be a small company. So depending, all these factors, come in place. I told you that, we work with some really good corporate partners. I told you 6,000 corporate partners. Here are some good names that we work with, and where you can see your future employer. Yeah. Some student testimonies. For student testimonies, what you can do is you can even just go visit our webpage, or you can just go on YouTube, type IU, and you will find huge numbers of videos about our students who speak about IU. Yeah. Great. Okay.
Great.
So,
I think I have some questions for you. Yeah.
yes.
So I think before I go there, I just want to clarify. I think there are people who are asking this question. All the programs which are live on our platform right now, three programs are already live. The first is the MSc Data Science, and then many of the students have already enrolled for that program. As well, Masters in International Management, some of them have already enrolled for that. Master in Cyber Security is going live today. So we will be making that live as well. All three programs are 120 ECTS. The 1 year which you do here is with Triple ID Bangalore or IMT Ghaziabad, as the case may be. And the 1 year which you will be doing in Germany will start in October 2022. As a scenario today, we understand the COVID is not letting anybody to go anywhere abroad. So October 22 is when you plan to start. And yes, we are going to launch pure online degrees as well. And as Shrutika mentioned, we will give you those options as well. If someone wants to pursue pure online degree from their home where they're working in India, that options will be live on our platform very soon. Let me just pick few questions which I think are great. I think you have covered that as well. The German language requirement. People are asking this. They are all confused that, okay,
Right.
they always thought go to Germany that you need to have German language.
Right.
You clarified it, but I want you to further clarify this point that is German language required at all to get an entry into IU or even to find a job in Germany? I think that needs some little more clarification. Yeah.
Right. So see, the first glitch, that is why, the first glitch that, a lot of students, see that okay, it is German. So that means it is Germany. And so forget about it. So, this is how it used to be that, in initial days, and, students used to not think about it this way. So you can be rest assured, IU doesn't require any German language requirement from you prior you join, or even when you're there on campus. Your German language will have played no role when you have to study, when you study for that one entire year at IU. or for that matter for visa. That is not the requirement. Okay, this is only a requirement from universities. I'll tell you what happens. There are some public universities and private universities wherein the course certainly sometimes starts in English, but the second year is in German. So that is why the German language becomes important for them. But with us, our course is completely in English, and hence we do not have any English in any German language requirement. The reason why, but as an extracurricular, why we teach German language at IU, which you can take additional lessons for, is because as you graduate, certainly you require German language to work there. This is something that we can't deny. Yeah, because it's like being in Delhi and not speaking Hindi. Just imagine I come to Delhi and I speak only Marathi and try dealing with me, or I dealing with other people. It is not a possibility. Yeah, you will have to speak the language, or for that matter, you go to Pune and you don't speak Marathi. Try dealing. It is not possible. So in the same way, so there you will find at ease when you are at ease when you speak German language. Why? Because I'll tell you what, you would be able to communicate with your colleagues better. You would be able to be part of the society better. Yeah, you would be able to participate in all the social activities better if you speak the language. Yeah, because see, these European countries, for them English didn't play a major role as a part of their lives some 25 years back. It wasn't so. It is recently changing. They know it as a second, like an average 4-year-old Indian child can speak 4 languages. Ankur, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, which is not the case in Europe, right? It is different, especially countries like these, which are very when language, there's only one language. With us, we know, okay, there's a national language, there's a regional language, then there's some other language, and we are
Multiple
multilingual.
dialects of the same language as well.
Oh yes, yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
that. So yes,
yeah.
so coming back to that, so when it comes to your education, be rest assured you will not require German. But when it comes for you to work there, you will require German language, and we cannot deny it. And it would be great. In fact, I would honestly suggest students who are right now doing the courses, or you're going to start with the courses, start with we have Goethe Institute here in every city, right? Start, and they have also come up with nice online classes now, virtual classes. So do make the most of it, or you will have any private tutor. So I am not saying that this is mandatory. I am just saying that make the most of the time that you have here. And as I'm sure all of you also, you are not traveling right now, so you are saving on that time, that 2-3 hours, so you can certainly put it at work. If you wish to, as I said, it is not mandatory. You can pick it up once you go there. But when later your employer has two options: one, a student, same, an international student who speaks German, and an international student who doesn't speak German. What do you think, who would get better opportunities? The student who would speak little bit of German. So I would suggest, yes, please do go ahead and make the most of your time and do, study German. And if you don't, still do not panic. There is nothing to worry about. Even when you are there, we will take care of it. We are going to teach you German there any which ways. And believe me, you learn a foreign language much faster in that specific country than sitting here. Yeah.
Yeah. Even you will understand the pronunciation of multiple words which might not work here in India. So when
Exactly.
you listen, so I think as a summary, we don't need it.
Yeah.
It's good if you can learn. Otherwise, we'll anyway teach you once you go there. To find a job, it's always better to know. There are companies who are recruiting only English as well. But again, I was talking to one alumni of Triple ID Bangalore who is in Germany right now, working in Berlin for last 2 years as a data scientist.
Mm-hmm.
He said in the last 2 years he has not learned German. He's still
Exactly.
surviving, and he's very thriving there.
Yeah.
So obviously the cities like Berlin, the cities like Frankfurt, there you don't need. You'll be able to live with English. But when you go into the interior of the country and you go around, then I think you should have German language knowledge. So that was one. I think second question, which I think these guys, most of them have asked, is this the placement? I believe you have covered the career center. I think people have lived in India and they have become used to the way the placements are done in the colleges in India. I think there is a question coming up on how does the placement work in Germany, and I want to clarify that when they go for study abroad, it's not going to be the same as the placement is done in India. But still, I think career center at IU is much better replica of what we do in India to find a job. I think
Exactly.
Shrutika has touched base, but I think just give little more
Sure.
clarity in terms of finding jobs there. And what another question I think just add because you're adding, in case you can share some information about the salary levels typically a student can expect when they complete the course.
Sure, absolutely. So yes, as Ankur mentioned very rightly that the situation is the scenario is really really different. It is not as the campus recruitment that takes place with our Indian campuses. We are very lucky here, I can say. But we take care of this at IU, and as I said, that is one of the strength that IU has. That we really put in a lot of efforts. Our career service, we have this 6-month long career preparation program which we give students completely free of cost, wherein you are taught how to write your CVs, how to write cover letters, how to go about about a job search, how to find leads, figure out what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and then go about finding individual leads. So this program really prepares you in finding in finding jobs, and that is really our success story, because our career head really puts in a lot of effort there. So when you get this tailor made solution done, you become really really confident. And just imagine 6 months long career preparation program, when there are various talks that are conducted by the career service department. They invite various companies, so that again you get like a good exposure. So that really gives you a lot of confidence, and that is one of our that is why we are so successful. Like 94% is not a small number to have, especially in a European country, that okay, we are that students are getting placed. So yes, that is something that you need not worry about. And secondly, job market. Yes, job market, as I said, it is very good because the unemployment rate is only 5%. Yeah, so you should be smart. So no university will guarantee you job placement, but we will do our best, and you will have to also put in your efforts, and you have to give your best to us, so that we can be like a good support system to each other, and together we make it happen. So we can proudly, maybe few years later we can say, okay, you can our track record is not 94%, it is 98, 99% of placing the students. Great.
Great. I think in terms of salary level, if you have any
Yes.
want to put
Yeah,
some, yeah.
of course. So yes, as I mentioned, you can expect like somewhere between 45 to 55,000 euros, depending on the companies that you can use it. Again, that also depends from student to student, as per even about his previous experience. Because see, these things are going to be part of his CV. Then there are
Yeah.
students who are very good at extracurricular activities. Germans really love students who do internships. So if you're in Germany or if you're in Europe, if you have done internships, please have them on your CV. If you've not done, I know right now is not a good time to do intern. I mean, I don't know how much you will, get to do it, but I'm just saying. So these are the things that really look good on your CV, your prior experience. That all adds up. When you make an application for a job, that how much you can draw. But you can say somewhere between 45 to 53,000 euros as you start. That depends. I mean, from company to company, and then again from profile to profile.
Got it. One question which I had seen earlier is that when we go for the second semester, which is thesis and curriculum, the colloquium, how does the advisor, how will I be able to choose my topic? How will I be assigned an advisor when I'm doing that? And how the support will be while I'm doing my research in curriculum? Can I pick up a topic from the industry? Can I pick up a theoretical topic? Just to throw some light on the second
Yeah.
semester, which is
Sure. So mostly it won't be a theoretical topic as such, because there would be a certain application also, because as you know that we are a university of applied sciences. So our, again, the thesis that you would do, that would be also that would be more of on the practical side, and then you have to make a presentation, and all these things that would be there. I may not be the right person to guide you on the thesis as such, in detail, but maybe later we can get like a faculty or someone to speak to you, your students, and we can enlighten on this process. But yes, certainly our education system is very much it's like 50-50. It's practical as well as theory. So even when it comes to theoretical thesis, when we speak about, it won't be just somewhere in theory as such. It would certainly, that project will have to make a good practical sense, and only then it would be like one of the good successful projects as such.
Another question which I have seen is people are asking that if I have a gap in my education or if I have a gap in my work experience, like after my education, I was not working for a few years and then I took the job, will it affect my chances in coming to Germany?
No, it won't. So we are very happy
Great.
that we are very flexible. So one of our motto tagline of IU is that we are very flexible. Yeah. So that is so if you have a gap, if you have an 80 KT, something like that. But if I don't want a long list of 80 KTs, okay? So don't come to me with some 10 long lists of backlogs. But certainly, if with some genuine reasons, if you have backlogs, for whatever reasons you were not able to pursue your education, we are very considerate university and we take a look at these applications and certainly we will incorporate it. So don't worry about it.
I have a question here, which the person is asking that I have done my mechanical engineering and working in a retail company as an executive in operations department for last 2 years.
Okay.
Can I start career in data science Germany? And I think question data science career, I think this is a proper answer. Yes, you can start. And another question which is that I don't have any computer science language knowledge, but that's a part of our course. Will teach you whatever is required to become a data scientist. I think his main question, I believe, is that in case I have no prior background data science, will it be impacting me while I'm looking at a job in Germany? I think that's what he wanted to ask.
Yeah, if you don't have any prior knowledge as such, you can certainly do the course. But as you start working, as I told you, then you start from the beginning. See, so that
For sure.
means
Yeah.
what will you do? I told you that Germany, it is more of Mittelstand. These are more of small size. Then what you will do is you will start working with smaller companies. Then you can't, will have to also be realistic, and we can do this expectation management. So certainly a student who has like say good 3-4 years of work experience in the same field he can expect to work in a huge company later as they complete their and with a great job prospect. Someone who doesn't have that, there is no loss as such, but certainly it will not be so that you will not get a job, and because you have a legitimate degree, you have just and you have switched a field. So and our courses are such that they are job centric, job relevant. So certainly you will not face any problem finding a job as such, or for that matter making a new career. Sorry.
Some of the students who have joined us are alumni or they are completing their course at Triple ID Bangalore, and all of them are asking, is October 2021 session happening? I think I can answer, but you can answer that as well. What will happen? So they might have applied for IU Germany for October 2021, but I believe you can answer that question better.
Yeah. So right now, I'm really sorry, students, but the situation is such that with the double mutant, the government is very as so as our university, and we do not want our students to face any trouble. So that is the reason we are so restraining ourselves, and we may not have courses on campus owing to this specific reason, because of the simple fact that students cannot make it, would not be able to make it. As I mentioned to you that we also have completely online programs, you can make the most of these programs. We also would be soon be coming up with virtual programs. So online is one part wherein we know it's very interesting with us, with even with online platform, because we are one of the largest provider in Germany of online platform, and we are one of the best providers as well. So how does the online education looks? It is broken down into small modules, and there are videos, small videos, then there are quizzes, and there are all these interesting things, because we know and we're very well experienced that we don't want you to sleep as you're studying, because we know that you started your studies 15 days, 15 minutes later we know that okay, you are going to snooze. Keeping all this experience in mind, what we have done is we have formulated and we have made our education online in such a way that it is very, very interactive. It's a very, very interactive way of studying. And believe me, that is something that will not bore you, and that will not even put you to sleep. That is something that I can guarantee you. So if you are in a situation that you are already an alumni and you want to make the most of your time, you can start with our online programs. See, there are a lot of benefits. One is you save on cost. The cost of living is not there. Secondly, it is almost one third the cost, and you get, as I said, a proper degree wherein it's a proper legitimate degree as any campus student would get. I can offer you another solution to this, which we can even, we can, talk about next week, wherein, you can have these classes virtually. So virtual, programs would be as good as a campus program when you're sitting at your home and your professor is right there in front of you and you are in a live classroom. So this again would be a different and a very interesting, very real time experience that you might get. So think about it. You can really make the most of it, considering the current situation, because right now what is happening in India, and I don't even want to get into that. But yeah, you please consider this option as well. And as soon as we have options that are going to, as soon as things open up, certainly we would be the ones who would be more than happy to welcome you there on campus. So
I just want to clarify because you emphasized this. Online degrees will be an option, but I think they also look forward to post-study work visa. That is not available in case you go for online degree. You get a degree, but yes, for that you need to wait for the campus to start. If you're looking for post-study work visa and work in Germany, I think then you need to wait for the campus start, which should be sometime next year, and we'll be in touch with you. All of you are alumni. We'll be in touch with you and we'll explain you when the things improve and the campus is willing to start. Great. I think one question which I saw, somebody saying, as you said, the programs already started online. Is the student enroller how can cover the missed out session? So I'll just answer this question myself. Yeah. The programs will start online. The first batch is going live on 31st May. And we will have one more batch starting in June. But we will prefer if you guys are enrolling in May, because then you will have sufficient time to prepare yourself for going to Germany, which will be sometime in October 22. So you can apply for your document, get the visa done in time, and fly in time, rather than waiting for for delaying your decision. That's the only difference. So program will be having one more batch, so you have not missed out anything. You'll get one more batch in June, but again, the timeline is important if you want to go into October 22 session. That's why we are preferring that people should start in May and batch only. One question which I saw is on the living accommodation options when we go to Germany.
Right.
So yeah, so how does the campus help in getting accommodation in Germany?
Sure. So as I mentioned, we have two campuses. One is in Bad Honnef. Now, Bad Honnef is very close to Bonn, which was the prior capital of Germany, and Berlin is the current capital. So we are situated in two capitals. Okay, but Bonn, like not quite. I must say we are in the suburbs of Bonn, but again, we are very close to Bonn, Dusseldorf, Frankfurt as such, like which are only an hour away. Cologne is only 45 minutes away. So in Bad Honnef, it's like a huge campus, and there, we have more than 200 rooms there as a part of dormitories, when a student can, make the most of the accommodation. So there, you can stay. The cost of sharing a flat is around 450 to 500 euros as such, which is like, and which covers everything, like your Wi-Fi, your electricity, your everything, your heat, and everything that could be there as a part of it. So which is really a good deal that you get if you're going to live on the Bad Honnef campus. There are students who like a big city experience, so they prefer staying in Bonn and not in Bad Honnef. That is also acceptable, so you can do that. As I said, that the distance between Bad Honnef and Bonn is only 20 to 25 minutes, so you can easily take a tram. You can reach the campus. So students also do that. In Berlin, we do not have a campus, but we have tied up with organizations, with institutions, wherein you have these apartments with whom we tie up, and they have the student hostels as such. So certainly we can even put you up there. So if you want to stay on campus, fine. If you don't stay on campus, there also we make a provision for you. So you need not worry about that. And the living expense is somewhere between 800 to 850 euros. If you're going to work part-time, you earn around 450 to 500 euros as such, the time that is allotted to you. It doesn't make sense there to earn more, because then you have to pay taxes. So it doesn't fall under that bracket. So it's safe is around 450, 500 euros. That again covers your cost. It would be pretty decent. So 800 euros is what, but we usually say 850 as such.
Shrutika, one more question was there. While they are on their post-study work visa, job search visa, what is the time limit allowed for them to do their employment at that time when they're looking for a permanent job?
Oh, that is full-time employment. Once they are on the job seeker visa, after completion of their graduation, they can work full-time. Then there is no limit to that.
Okay, so they can
Yeah,
work full time, and
yeah.
okay. And I think one program, yeah, that was one question. Uh, One question which I'm already answered. What are the benefits taking online program? I think Shrutika very well talked about it.
Yeah.
But do we get permit or visa after online study from home country? No, that's not
No,
allowed.
no. So I'll tell you what there. So I think Naveen is asking 500 euros per month, huh, Naveen? Yeah. So that is how much, because your living expenses are around 800 to 850 euros. So what you earn is around 500. So all you have to put in is 500 from your pocket, which is not bad. Coming to the online degree, so if you go on our webpage, you will see that there are flexible programs. What does flexible means? It gives you an opportunity to start a program online. So for example, if you're doing a 120 ECTS program, you're doing coming to us directly, and you're doing, you meet upGrad and you tell them that, Ankur, okay, please enroll me for this 120 ECTS program, and Ankur does that. You start the program online, you do 1 semester online, 2 semesters, 3 semesters, and you come to us only in the last semester. You will still get the 18 months job seeker visa. So this is one of the best part about the flex program, is this, that you try whatever permutation combination that you would like to have, 1 semester, 2 semester, 3 semesters online. You come to us only for that last 1 semester, and you will get 18 months of job seeker visa. So this also a lot of students are doing. So just you can go on our webpage and check out which are the flex programs that are available, and you can make the most of this opportunity. You can start studying now, and you can come to us again, in October 2022. But you can only avail on the programs which are mentioned as flex. Okay, so not just the online programs. So yes,
Yeah, so I think just to clarify, the programs which we are running are 1+1, 1 year in India and 1 year in Germany. But there will be an option which we don't recommend as such, because we want you to go and spend time in Germany before you look for a job. And I think Shrutika will agree with me that you can actually
yes,
do 6 months as well.
yeah,
But that's not a preferred route to go to Germany. Preferred route is to at least spend 1 year where you interact with the professors, you spend time with them, learning, as well as then understanding German language, German culture before you look up for a job in Germany. So I think that's what Shrutika wanted to say. Uh,
exactly. No, honestly, as I said, that this option certainly is there, but I personally also feel that, especially because what happens is, 6 months time, I find is really not enough for you to, it could be for someone who actually is really is a situation wherein you're really short on funds and you can't do it, and then when you go, I understand that. But actually, if you have a provision, then I would strongly recommend you coming on campus for 1 full year, because what happens is, 3-4 months take those 3-4 months adjusting to everything, and you start liking it, you start liking your studies, and then in 6 months it's time to stop your studies and then hunt for a job. That could be overwhelming, you know to be honest, that could be really overwhelming. So I would strongly suggest, if you really want to make the most of that study experience, come for 1 year, if your funds and everything permits. If that is not the case, then certainly you can always have a look at the flex programs that we have. But for a good holistic campus experience, 1 year is minimum what you need to spend on a campus. And I'm sure all of you would also agree with me, as you are students and you've studied on your campuses and have seen how things shape for you.
Someone is asking, and someone is not believing us that is it sure that we get IU campus option and student visa post 1 year in India? So yes, Shrutika is here, Natya is here, I am here. You do 1 year in India with us on Triple ID Bangalore, and then you go 1 year on campus in Germany. Given that we have already talked about October 2022, if the COVID will allow at that time, you can go. So don't worry about it. This is a proper agreement. This is a proper course which we are launching.
Yes.
And it gives you an option of starting here now and not waiting for the campuses to start.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that also we have clarified that if you do online courses for master's degree, you will not get post-study work visa, but you will get the degree, which is equivalent of what you will be doing on campus. So that's not an issue.
Yeah.
In terms of the employment opportunity, people are asking this course. I think we have clarified this in Bad Honef is 25 minutes to Bonn. So Bad Honef or Berlin, in terms of finding the part-time employment opportunity, I think both the campuses should be same. But if you want to throw a light on it, just help us there.
Sure. So, you can really pick and choose what kind of campus that you would want. Bad Honef is a huge campus. It is a much bigger campus than Berlin campus because Berlin is a city campus. It's a capital. Come on, it's like Mumbai. So having like a huge campus is not something, but we have like a huge city campus there, which can accommodate 1,100 students. But the Bad Honef campus is really huge. We can accommodate 2,000 students there, 2,500 students. And it's really spread across. So someone who is looking at like really like that kind of a campus experience can certainly go to Bad Honef. When it comes to employment, as I said, Cologne is near, Bonn is near. Students even stay in Bonn, so they can really very well find employment opportunities there. And Berlin certainly is like that is like the startup hub, right? So people, I would say, older students who really want to socialize and build their networks, they can certainly make the most of the Berlin campus. Education wise there is no difference in both the campuses. Everything remains the same. It is just depending on your choice what you would like to take, and sometimes on the course availability that we might have certain courses here and certain courses there, but most of the time we like to we keep both the courses on both the campuses. Yeah, right now
just one question
yeah
just one question I saw. I think this is interesting to answer. Only you can answer, I cannot. What is the difference between technical? Is that I heard that people from technical universities are preferred over ones from applied sciences. Can you elaborate the difference between them and what is the advantage of applied students in terms of the job search? I believe if you want to talk about this, technical university versus applied sciences.
Okay, so the technical certainly there is a difference. There's a difference between a university. There's a difference between technical university and then again university with applied sciences. See, University of Applied Sciences is a great mixture of of university and technical university. So basically, it is so that we the courses that we offer are job relevant courses. Okay, and it is like a good mixture of, so we don't have courses which are pure sciences as such, right? So that you will only find in universities. Technical universities, again, you will find similar courses, but certainly technical universities are funded by the government. They are more public universities. So certainly IU made like a big I would say that we now have BSc in computer science as well, which we were not having earlier. Or for that matter, now we are even introducing BE in engineering. Yeah, so that is also something that only usually technical universities have. So we are also building ourselves, and because the sheer difference is this, that these universities have government fundings. Okay, and the bandwidth that they need to have a technical university is huge. So which usually University of Applied Sciences, they're smaller, they do not have this. And University of Applied Sciences have courses which are job relevant. So for example, management programs, wherein you can do a program for 1 year, 1.5, 2 years, and you can start working, which is not the case with universities. These are longer theory based education that you get in a university. So that is the difference as such that you will see between a university. Technical university certainly is like a robust form of all these courses taking place, but it's a huge, so there's a difference. Again, in a technical university you will have 90 students in a classroom. In a private University of Applied Sciences, you will find not more than 30 students. Again, the career approach and everything, these are again missing. Because why? Because these are public universities. So you will see that some little bit from India, like the way we have Indian education, public and private, the similar factors you will see. I don't deny the fact that there are some fantastic German public universities, but you need to have those kind of grades as well to get in these universities. It is not easy. Yeah. So that factor is also there, and plus you have to speak German. So all these factors play a very, very important role as such.
Somebody is asking that, is it true that we don't have to give IELTS for if we are coming through upGrad? I think that point we have mentioned on our website that because you're studying with upGrad,
Yeah.
especially for upGrad, the IELTS waiver has been given by the university, as
Yes.
our courses are mostly in English. So
Yes.
just
Certainly.
confirm that, I think.
Yeah. So there, yes. So, yeah, and you will get, and proper, again, everything from us by next week, as I mentioned, along with the prices also, with the new prices. So all that will be sent across to you. So we try to strive that, the partners get the major benefit. The students coming from partners especially get the major benefit. So yes, this
Yeah.
was one of the criteria that we worked for, that the English language is waived off.
One question which has been asked: does IU have any hidden charges from other than the information from upGrad? I'll say, uh, as I think Shrutika mentioned that they are working on, and if somebody also asked how can we live in this COVID environment, financial crisis, how
Yeah.
can we study on and complete our courses? So
Yeah.
IU is working on building up a pricing structure, and that will be available to us next week, which is going to be reduced than what I have put on the web. We have put on the website, but whatever we put on our website, there will be no hidden charges. So whatever we are going to be transparent with you, whatever pricing we have on our website is approved by IU, and
Yeah.
then only we put it on website. So
Exactly.
all the information is approved by the university.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
don't need to worry about that.
Let me just add in a little bit there. You will have to pay for your semester ticket. Okay, that is something that you have to pay. All the students have to pay. You have to pay for. You have to pay for the train ticket. So that this is a pass that you get. Every students get this. Okay, and on which you can travel. So these are some charges that you will have to pay, which are apart from the things that are, from the tuition fee, which again will be shared with you when the tuition contract is sent across to you. So there'll be nothing hidden as such. Yeah, because the semester ticket and all these things are not there, when we put up on the web page. So, but believe me, there'll be nothing, no hidden charges as such. This is what we have. This is what is agreed between IU and upGrad. And all these other things that you pay would be only for the amenities like traveling and all, because traveling in Germany, the train is very expensive. So you need to have the semester ticket with you, showing that okay, you are a student, and only then you get this waiver. Yeah, so that is like that is something that you need to pay for.
Yeah. So basically, it's incidental charges which you will have to incur because you're staying in
Yeah,
Germany.
which would be
So
mentioned on
yeah.
your contract before you sign it. So whatever is would be there on the contract is what you have to pay. That is it. Nothing beyond that. That's for sure.
I think I have a question which I want to answer. I have an experience as a product consultant for 5 years in a software company, and now I want to make a transition in data science. Is
Mm-hmm.
it going to negative impact in Germany? I believe this is
This,
if you're making a change transition, I think it's a good thing, and that's why this course has been created for people to make a transition from non-data science to data science, and that's
right.
what we cover in our curriculum, both at Triple IT Bangalore as well as at IU Germany. The courses which you're doing are preparing you for the industry and preparing you for the jobs which you'll be taking up once you complete the course.
Exactly.
One more question, I think I wanted to confirm with you, and I think everybody has asked this earlier as well. Is double masters okay? People already who have done the masters in India, if they go for another masters in
Not a
Germany, is
problem.
that
Not a problem at all. Not a problem.
yeah? So I think, and one last question, I think before we end, I think there are a lot of questions, but we will continue to talk about them in next. I think one
Sure.
question which people wanted to understand: what is the success rate of visa for IU Germany? And I believe you can add that.
Yeah,
What
sure.
is the success ratio you have seen for people who have applied and got visa?
It
Yeah.
is 99.9%. We don't get visa rejections for our university. Yeah, so you will see. So that has been something that has been very constant with us. We hardly get any visa rejections, and that could be, again, the reason that students must have done something. But when it comes to us and with the course and all the other provisions that we provide, we do not get any visa rejection as such. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Great.
and
I think,
again, yeah.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and then something like visa rejection, again, that is, in with the visa, with the embassy. So again, something, an entity that we do not take care of. So something, if you're asking me for like a guarantee or such, some, unfortunately I wouldn't be able to speak much on that. But as part as as a university, I can tell you that our visa success rate is really very, very good, like hardly negative at all.
And just to add last part, I think education loan has been asked. We are working with an education partner, and education loan will be available for this program as per the guidelines of education loan partner. So that will be available for the students who are going to join this program. I think we have many questions, but I believe we are running out of time and it's too late. So I like to say thank you to Shrutika. Thanks a lot for the information you provided. I think a lot of learners who have joined the course or who are in the process of thinking of joining the course, many of their questions have been answered today. And we look forward to having you again.
Sure.
And all the team of the IU to explain the questions which we could not answer today in coming webinars.
Absolutely.
So thanks a lot, and yeah. And thanks a lot for participation, guys. I see a lot of you have come, and it's really have a pleasure to see so many questions and so many interactive questions coming to us. That means you guys are really showing interest for this program, which is not only ticket to Germany, but also it's one of the programs which helps you learn in India online and save your cost. So great, thanks a lot.
Ankur, can you also, sorry, there is an announcement. So next week, there is also a webinar where our alumni will be talking about life in Germany. So many people have questions on scholarships, any partnerships, or any jobs that you can take up in Germany will be answered there. So please do attend the next webinar too. It will be really helpful for you guys.